Here's part 4 of my summary of the book of Exodus. The Lord sends Moses' brother Aaron to meet with Moses, and Moses tells Aaron everything that the Lord has sent him to say to the Israelite elders and to Pharaoh, also about all of the signs that the Lord has commanded him to perform. So Moses and Aaron brought together all the elders of the Israelites. Aaron told them everything that the Lord has said to Moses, and he also performed the signs before the people, and they believed. Then just like God commanded, they went up to Pharaoh and they said, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Let my people go so that they may hold a festival to me in the wilderness." Pharaoh says no. Then Moses and Aaron say, "The God of the Hebrews met with us. Now let us take a 3-day journey into the wilderness to offer sacrifices to the Lord our God, or he may strike us with plagues or with the sword." And Pharaoh yells at Moses and Aaron for trying to distract the Israelites from their slave work. He goes on to accuse the Israelites of wanting this 3 days off simply because they're lazy. He punishes them by no longer providing them with the straw that they needed for making bricks, one of the jobs that was forced upon the Israelites. The Israelites had to scatter all over Egypt to find stubble for making bricks, and they were told that they had to make the same amount of bricks as before. The Israelite overseers complained to Pharaoh. Pharaoh called them lazy and told them to get back to work. So the Israelite overseers complained to Moses and Aaron, blaming them for the situation. In turn, Moses complained to the Lord, and the Lord reassures Moses and tells Moses, "Reassure the Israelites that the Lord will deliver them from their slavery to the Egyptians." Moses relayed the message to them, but they were so discouraged they did not listen to him or believe him. Then the Lord tells Moses to go back to Pharaoh again and tell him to let the Israelites go. Moses expresses a lack of confidence, but again the Lord reassures him. And the Lord reminds Moses that the Lord is going to harden Pharaoh's heart, so that despite the signs and wonders that the Lord performs through Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, Pharaoh still won't listen. But God assures Moses that he will bring the Israelites out of Egypt and that the Egyptians will know that God is the Lord Almighty. The first sign that the Lord told Moses and Aaron to perform was turning the staff into a snake by throwing it on the ground in front of Pharaoh. The Egyptian magicians were also able to turn their staffs into snakes by throwing them on the ground, as by their secret arts, in other words, by the power of demons. Then Moses and Aaron's staff swallowed up all of their staffs, but Pharaoh's heart became hard and he would not listen to them, just as the Lord had said. Then the Lord commands for Aaron to take his staff and strike the waters of the Nile with it, and the entire Nile turned into blood, which also caused all the streams, canals, ponds, and reservoirs in Egypt to turn into blood. So all the water in Egypt was turned into blood. Once again, the Egyptian magicians were able to use their secret arts to turn water into blood as well, and so Pharaoh's heart was once again hardened. Remember, the Egyptians performed their signs by the power of demons. They used to worship demons because they were demons. The Egyptians were the descendants of the cursed Ham, same as the Canaanites, destined for everlasting separation from God. That's why God hardens the heart of Pharaoh and his officials, knowing that it will eventually result